Hey, everybody.
We're live.
We're live.
Most people ask the wrong question. They ask, how much money do I need to retire? And that question makes their dream feel impossible, right? Like what? $1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4, what? What are we talking about? So they give up before they even start. On Tuesday, Rick and I got to speak at the Our Rich Journey conference, and person after person told us the same thing. You gave me hope. Not because we had some secret investing strategy or that we had picked the next, hot stock or some stuff like that, but because we asked a different question. Today, we're going to ask you that same question, and it might completely change the way you think about retirement.
Yeah. Today, we're answering one question. What part of your dream life is already funded? Not how much does my dream cost, but what's already paid for? Because those are the two very different questions. They're very different questions.
Exactly. So let's get started. Hey, y'all. I'm Halisi.
And I'm Rick. Welcome to our Black Utopia.
Yeah, you know where we at, baby.
I almost said channel ORJ or something.
On our channel, we talk about money, we talk about travel and life abroad. We help folks who are approaching retirement build more options. We help you get your money straight. So for those of you who are new to our channel, let me tell you, back in 2018, Rick and I were getting close to retirement age, and we got a wake-up call, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
We looked at our money, and it looked cray-cray. But we got our financial act together, as you know, and we went from negative 22,000 in net worth to over 1.1 million. Y'all, if we can do it, you can do it too. So if this is the kind of conversation that you like, what do we need you to do? We need you to subscribe on our journey to 100,000 subscribers, become a channel member and hang out with us. Hit that notification bell twice so that you know every single time that we go live. Yes. Smash that like button.
Smash it. So put this in the chat. If someone else paid for one of your expenses for the rest of your life, which would you choose? Housing, food, healthcare, travel, transportation? And if you're watching from the future, put the answer in the comments.
Yeah, if you're watching from the future, hey. If you're watching on LinkedIn, if you're watching on Substack, hey there.
Hey.
Good to see you. All right, we're going to get started because this is Thursday. So on Thursdays, we do a Thursday short where we don't take questions from the audience. Every other week, we go on with our legends, our channel member who are legends. So here we go. The question is wrong, right? Most people start with how much does my dream life cost? But that makes your dream life one giant mountain.
Yes.
Instead, break your dream apart. All right. Housing, food, healthcare, transportation, travel, right? What else? Gifts, giving, fun,
yeah.
Right? Now ask, which one of these is already paid for?
Okay. Every asset buys something. Your Social Security isn't just a check. It might already pay for your groceries, or your pension may already cover your mortgage. Your rental property may already pay for health care. Your dividends pay already for travel, your 401, your Roth IRA, your brokerage account. They're all just investments. Or they aren't just investments. Correct myself. They're not just investments. They are buying pieces of your future.
Because you remember,
you got to give every dollar a job.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Now, if you do not have a 401k, an IRA, and a brokerage account, you need to get into Beyond the Bling, babies. All right. Or the equivalent of. Okay. If you don't know what we're talking about, you need to get into Beyond the Bling. But you can start with our Ready to Retire toolkit, which is in the description below. It's free. Start there. All right. And then graduate up. All right. So instead of chasing the whole dream, we're asking the different question. What is still unpaid funded. All right. So this is what we're talking about. You are looking at what your expenses are, what your lifestyle expenses are, right? You're going to subtract your future guaranteed income. Your future guaranteed income, Social Security, pension,
rental properties,
rental income, which you might be getting right now, right? Et cetera, et cetera. Subtract that, and what you get is the lifestyle gap. That is the amount that still needs to be covered. That is the amount that you are saving for. All right. Minimum. But it's going to look a lot better than Susie Orman's millions and millions and millions. Okay. Let me just tell you. All right. So what does that look like? I'm going to make this bigger so we can see it. So what's funded? So as Rick was saying, he was given some examples. In this example, this is a $3,000 budget. In this example, Social Security is just $1,000. Now we know the average American gets $1,500, but work with us. All right. Maybe they did a government job. All right. Social Security is covering the housing. All right. This small pension from when they worked some government work is covering utilities and transportation. They have a duplex and they gross $250 after they put money aside for maintenance and insurance, et cetera. And $250 is about what they would spend on themselves a month on groceries. Yeah. Okay. And then perhaps they have some dividend stock, and that could be paying for their health insurance. You're like, $250 a month for health insurance? Yeah. Not in the States, but there's a lot of places where $250 is more than enough. As a matter of fact, $250 is more than Rick and I pay combined per month. Okay. And y'all know what we've been going through. So rest assured, we ain't slipping on the health insurance. Okay. So then what's left over? In this scenario, what is left over is $1,000 for their $3,000 budget. That's all that needs to be funded. That's all that needs to be saved for at this point. So let's do the math together. All right, let's do the math together. In the traditional way that we talk about FIRE, which is financial independence, retire early, the formula is your monthly budget or your yearly budget, $3,000 a month or $36,000 a year, times 25 gets you
$900,000.
Now that ain't bad as Susie Orman's nonsense of $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 million. She's saying you need that much just for your health care set aside, right? That's why people get depressed. That's why people act like they're going to be working until they die, or at least until they're 65 when they get on Medicare, right? So I'm not on Medicare. I don't qualify for Medicare. I retired like almost a decade before I qualified for Medicare. So you've got to design a life around your money. And that's what we did. Now, we call it the late bloomer cash flow method, right? Because we have some things available to us that younger folks don't, which is a future pension. Maybe we're 55 and we know 3 years from now, 4 years from now, we're going to qualify for some pension money. Another 2 years after that, maybe we qualify for Social Security, et cetera, et cetera. So let's use the same numbers, $3,000 or $36,000 a year. But remember, $24,000 a year is already funded, right? Through those other methods. So what is left over? $1,000 a month or $12,000 a year. So we take that $12,000 a year and multiply it times 25. Now it's only $300,000. $300,000, and these people are basically on Coast FI. FI means financial independence. Okay? Because I know the average 401k, maybe the average 401k about 100, 150. The average Black person who's watching this probably has about 100, 150 worth of equity in their home. Right? Now that 300 does not look so crazy
at all. No.
It does not look so crazy, y'all.
It looks attainable.
Exactly. So that is what we are talking about. That's what we're talking about. Now you tell me, the person who saved 900,000 or the person who saved 300,000, who has the most financial independence?
They both do.
Exactly.
Because they can both cover their lifestyle.
Exactly. Don't get it twisted, you guys. Do not get it twisted. You don't have to save all of the money that they say you have to save. All right. Now, here's the thing. You're like $3,000 a year. Where can you live on $3,000? I mean, $3,000 a month. Where can you live on $3,000 a month? Well, y'all know Rick and I live here in Lisbon, Portugal for under $3,000 per month. Now, that doesn't include all the travel we do. Okay. And you all know that we save 2 years worth of living expenses. But if we would have stayed in Denver, Colorado, much less LA, there is just no way we'd still be working. We would still be working because the math does not math if you stay in the United States. So that's why we say you need to figure out what your number is and then design a life around that number as opposed to the other way around. If you're ready to go, you're ready to go. And I was ready to go. So the whole thing was, where can we live on under $3,000 per year, per month? And Lisbon, Portugal was on the list. There's a lot of places on the list. We've done lots and lots of videos. And it's funny because somebody just watched like one of our first best cities videos. They just watched it and they were like, you're not talking about the decline in dollar. I'm like, baby, that's from 2022. But even with the decline in the value of the dollar, Rick and I are still living here in Lisbon, Portugal for under $3,000 per month. The basics are covered. Everything's covered, including some minor entertainment, including like going out to eat and stuff like that. Like all that's covered. Seriously, when you don't have a car, when you're not paying for car insurance, right?
Extra expensive.
When you're not paying for more house than you really need, when you're not buying a bunch of extraneous crap to impress people that you don't like, your life becomes inexpensive. All of our luxury is tied up in travel.
Pretty
right?
much, yeah.
That's our luxury, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going out and buying clothes and stuff that we really don't need.
Exactly.
We have what we
need. We buy clothes when we need to replace something.
Right.
But we don't just buy stuff. Oh, I have some place to go. I'm going to buy something new. No, it's because first of all, we don't have enough room for all that nonsense.
You don't.
But you can afford anything, just not everything, right? And so you have to prioritize. If you're late bloomers, if you started late like we did, right? And you're like sick and tired of being sick and tired and you don't want to work anymore. This is the way to do it. Okay. This is the way to do it. And we live well. Do we look unhappy? Do we look like we are sacrificing to you? I'm just saying, we don't look like we sacrificing, do we? No. All right. So what did we do? We saved 2 years worth of living expenses. Y'all know that, right? We took advantage of moving out of the United States. That really helped. We call that geo arbitrage. And so we designed a life around that. That gap closed once we decided to leave the United States, right? And that's why we say location is a financial decision, right? It's not just like a travel decision.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Definitely.
So let us know if you're watching from the future or if you're watching right now. Let us know if you have learned something today and which place you are thinking of that can support your lifestyle on the amount of money you have today. So if today's conversation got you thinking, don't let it stop here. If you're ready to build retirement that fits your life, okay, then join us inside of Beyond the Bling. That's our financial freedom program for late bloomers like ourselves. That's where we teach the complete system that we use to go from negative 22,000 to over 1.1 million in net worth, right?
Yes.
It comes with monthly group coaching to help you stay on track. So every second Saturday we meet. So not this Saturday, but next Saturday, we will be meeting. If you need personalized help,
book a one-on-one call.
That's right.
Coaching session with us.
That's right. We'll help you build a plan based on your goals. We'll help you build a plan based on your finances, right? And a life that you want to create. Believe me, if you're in the chat and you've had one-on-one coaching, let folks know. Or if you're in the comments, let folks know. Sometimes you just need another pair of eyes to look at your situation and find a creative way. If you want to go even deeper, become a channel member. Our members join us live before every Sunday live stream for our behind the scenes conversation. And our legends don't just watch, but join us on air.
Yes, they do.
Right? When, sweetheart?
Every other Thursday, they join us on air.
That's right. Share their stories, ask questions, encourage the community. And finally, today, y'all, this week is your last chance to get into the Side Hustle Challenge, okay? Because we start next week. Okay? This Sunday, we are going to have an information session for anybody who has technical issues. We'll show you how to use the platform. It's very user-friendly. It's very easy. But some people seem to have difficulties. So if you have already purchased a seat, look for an email, and there will be a replay on that, how to use Thinkific, et cetera, right? But we will take you from ideation or from stagnation to launch or relaunch within 10 weeks. We meet every single Saturday, and then we'll hold your hand for another year, and you will join us for monthly group coaching, okay? Look, if income is the thing, do not let that stand in your way. We will help you build a side hustle for your lifestyle, okay? Not something that's going to feel like work. Rick and I just got finished hosting 120 some odd folks who came to Lisbon, Portugal to hang out with us. We had so much fun, even with my broken leg. And y'all, if I was a little snappy sometimes when my leg was hurting, please forgive me. But everybody seemed to have fun. I know we have fun. And they're already talking about next year. So we'll show you the video. But look, this is what we do. That's not work. That is not work. And this can be your life too. So if you've been telling yourself that you need more income before you can retire,
this is your moment.
This
is definitely your moment.
All right.
Don't wait until next year to wish you had started today.
That's right.
Check the links in the description for Beyond the Bling, one-on-one coaching, channel membership, and the Side Hustle Challenge. And until next time, remember,
we love you.
We love you.
Right? We want you to live the life of your dreams and build your own Black utopia. With that, we will see you on Sunday.
Not a dream, a destination. Our Black utopia.